across to Jerusalem and bring in our correspondent Irris Makler. Irris, good to talk to you. First of all, two significant events today: the rallies of families of the hostages calling for their immediate release, and also this press conference this evening from Benjamin Netanyahu.
The rally was attended by thousands on this, the 85th day that Israeli hostages are still being held in Gaza. It was very emotional, calls for their return, people who had been held hostage coming onto the stage saying that when they were held in captivity, they couldn't speak out loud. And they said, these 129 Israelis are still whispering, we have to shout for their return, because we can speak out loud. So that was them, and we haven't heard much about a hostage deal. We have heard the possibility that Hamas, we heard from Qatar telling Israeli sources, telling the Israeli media that maybe Hamas is changing its position and that there might be a possibility of some kind of negotiation. But nevertheless, it's a very small step forward. And what we really see at the moment is Hamas saying there'll be no negotiation until the war ends, and Israel saying that the war won't end until Hamas is defeated and the hostages are returned.
It's really interesting, Irris. And we go back a few days. We had a press conference from the Israeli side saying that they're facing a threat from 7 different theatres of war, 6 countries plus the occupied West Bank as well. And yet we see today strikes in Syria, to which pro-Iranian fighters were told 19 are dead. Bring us up to date what you're hearing on that.
Yes, we heard reports about 5 hours ago, 2 separate strikes, one in central Syria near the Aleppo airport and one on the border, very far away on the border with Iraq. No one has claimed responsibility for those attacks. Israel doesn't confirm or deny. It doesn't usually. We do know there have been a series of airstrikes in the past 7 days in Syria. And we know that actually from Syrian and Iranian sources, because Iran confirmed a week ago the death of one of its commanders there. So we have that as a confirmation from Iran, not from Israel. But what Israeli officials say off the record is this: Iran and Israel are enemies. They don't share a border. When Iran moves into Syria, then they do share a border. And that these actions are against an enemy that is entrenching itself on a country that has a border with Israel. And I think that's what we're hearing.